YBS Village? He's so fine.
Hey, Roy, they check on my brother. Nigga, I stutter. Shorty just left me on scene, yeah, she want another. I ain't no sucker. Got these girls, he like me. Make mad, they wanna fight me. I'm a heavy hitter, don't you be lightly. On my gossip, roots on my team. I'm tryna get my deal before my EDD run out. I ain't saying if they ain't talking about them out. Be like on the shade room. YBS coin, that's it that make the trade boom. For real, can't wait for my to hit. That's it. YBS way too hot for all this. We lit. Young right now, speaking that fact. Oh, I'm the voice. On my end, can't turn my back. Never had no choice. I'm the young black king on the come up, they come up. And when I drop my the church gon' go up, go up. If the label let me drop, I swear the industry some ops. And when I get that label money, I'm getting it for you, not as a cop. I'm tryna get my deal before my EDD run out. I ain't saying if they ain't talking about them out. Be like on the shade room. YBS coin, that's it that make the trade boom. For real, can't wait for my to hit. That's it. YBS way too hot for all this. We lit. Young right now, speaking that fact. Oh, I'm the voice. On my end, can't turn my back. Never had no choice. Okay, mama, I'ma do the dishes, the dishes. I'm praying on my knees, I have some wishes. That know the name, that got the fame. And even with no L's, I'm cruising in my lane. I'm tryna get my deal before my EDD run out. I ain't saying if they ain't talking about them out. Be like on the shade room. YBS coin, that's it that make the trade boom. For real, can't wait for my to hit. That's it. YBS way too hot for all this. We lit. Young right now, speaking that fact. Oh, I'm the voice. On my end, can't turn my back. Never had no choice.
You know, I think it's about that time again. You already know it's about to be the coldest summer ever, right? Yo, L Street. Yeah, L Street. L Street.
Billionaire.
Come on. Boy, you know I had to dip set my wrist. This that Pelly in the wintertime with that bird, with that chicken. Chillin' with the camera on and jewels on and that chain on, just glisten. We be on straight bars like Jim. That's a gym, just listen. Y'all was trying to keep up with the Jones. I was trying to keep.
Hi and welcome everyone here on 2K Sports. Can't wait to get some NBA action going. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined by Greg Anthony and Richard Jefferson, with David Aldridge roaming the sideline. Looking at the Lakers, they want to turn it around after the loss. They battled and battled, but could not pull it off at the end. Guys losing by just a single point.
Yeah, for that loss, you can credit their defense or lack thereof. Many breakdowns on that end of the floor.
Some of it was solid shooting from their opponent, but they didn't have any teeth with their defense. Need to be more active than they were.
And Greg, it didn't take long for Anthony Edwards to prove himself in the NBA.
There's so much to like about his game. As outstanding as his offense is, his defense cannot be overlooked. He is a lockdown presence when he needs to be.
Reddish's shot is good.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
Here's James.
But getting inside positioning is what he wants. Like once that man gets in there and gets moving, oh, he's going to finish that dunk.
Edwards, no good. Reddish's shot is good.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Doncic with the steal. By himself. And Reddish with the slam.
And great steal and look ahead there. Compared to most guys his age, Doncic sees the game at another level.
Here's Randall. And that time, also a missed shot.
Yeah, scoreless here early after their first 4 shots. They, right now, are searching for a bucket. Timeout. And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
Yeah, they've locked in during this stretch. If they keep it up, their lead will only continue to grow.
So the Timberwolves call their first timeout. And something you see with the Lakers, they really trust their role players, don't they, Richard?
Yeah, LeBron does a great job of empowering his group. That's why he's top 5 in the league all time in assists. If you earn his trust, he will give you a ton of space to work. The Lakers know that they can only go as far as their great group of role players.
Make some noise.
Just over a minute and a half played here in this one. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. I spoke briefly with Chris Finch. We talked about the strategy for taking on a guy like Luka Doncic. He told me that the thing is Luka steals all the attention out there, which allows his teammates to find open looks, so we're not going to let him distract us on defense. So it sounds like they'll be focusing on defending against Luka and company, not just Luka. Kevin?
Thanks, David.
2 shots.
He misses the free throw. Greg, this is some kind of note. Last year, Minnesota, for just the second time, had ever won a series in the postseason.
Yeah, they've been bounced in the first round 10 of 12 appearances. But last year's team was different. Their elite defense fueled the conference finals run.
Right wing. Here's Reddish. Goes back up. Gobert with the block.
And there's a reason Gobert has led the league in block shots.
Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Pass to McDaniels. Here's Edwards. It's rebounded by Hayes.
Okay, so if I were to say this was a disaster of a period for him, it would be an understatement. But hey, sometimes you gotta shoot your way out of the slump, even for him.
That's going to draw a whistle every time down the floor, not even close to being a legal screen.
That's a very avoidable turnover. You gotta focus on the details.
Timberwolves.
And the Timberwolves call time here. There has been a lot of discussion about the length of the NBA season, GA. Do you think 82 games is the right number?
Well, I do. It's worked well for over 50 years, so why change it? And if we do change it, it affects records and how we compare the game across eras.
Now, here's McDaniels. Off target at the rim. Here's Reddish. It's good. Reddish has got 11.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Lakers ball.
Yeah, another miscalculation. They are really their own worst enemy right now. It's why they find themselves way behind.
We've got 1:55 left to play in the first quarter.
And when Gobert is playing with this kind of aggression on that end, there aren't many better at defending. My goodness, he is such a great dunker.
Greg, a high riser, no doubt about it.
You know, when Rudy Gobert is down low, it strikes fear into the opponent. This is a guy who has led the league in blocks and rebounds at different times. Inside the paint, he is just a nightmare to battle against.
And Edwards drops them both.
Now he's perfectly comfortable doing work at the line.
Doncic looking it over. For the three. Drills it from outside.
And we know Doncic has limitless range, but for him, it's about becoming more consistent from deep.
It's Edwards on the wing. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
And to put things simply, this has not been his quarter.
A shot by Reddish, no good.
He hasn't had his best game, but they've gotten enough production elsewhere, so it hasn't really mattered.
They get it back. Gobert can't hit. Lakers leading by 8. Reddish's shot is good.
He's looked practically unstoppable this quarter. The defense, yeah, well, they haven't had many answers for him.
Conley inside the line. Out of bounds, the Lakers will take possession.
Substitution for each of the Wolves. Clark.
Here's Los Angeles now. They're on an 18-6 run. Pass to Reddish. We've got 22 seconds left in the first. From 17 feet out. Kept alive. Reed with the block. A nice shot by McDaniel.
You gotta love his hustle, leading the defense, no time to react.
And all of a sudden, that man was just on the other end. Wow.
All the officials are all over that one.
The Lakers have shot 2 free throws, and they're 1 of 2 so far.
Reddish. At the line for 2.
He's off on the first.
Wow, what, did he have something in his eye on that shot?
Maybe. And so it's Los Angeles in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. Their defense has been terrific.
18.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And from what we've seen so far from the Lakers, guys, what are your thoughts?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
It's been a group effort, and that's what it takes to play the kind of defense that they've played. Great showing from them.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you very much. The Timberwolves have become a rough and rugged team. Swingman Jaden McDaniel said, "We don't let nobody push us around. We're always being physical defensively. I feel like we're a tough team, super tough." Kevin, they certainly have the size to hold their own.
Always being physical. But, David, that's their identity. And we thank you for the report. Here's Reddish. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Timberwolves trail by 10. Here's Ed. Oh, my goodness. What a play.
Oh, my. What a huge flush by Edwards, showing off right now.
Back to Doncic. Pass to Reddish. Out to the right wing. Lakers working the ball around now. Out to the wing. Just 5 on the clock. And that's out of bounds. The Lakers will retain possession. Stolen by McDaniels. And here we go. Here's Conley. And the layup falls. Conley's got his first 2 points.
And give credit to Gobert there. Excellent pass to an open teammate.
And so Edwards will bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. 6-point game. And Jared Vanderbilt gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Back to Randall. Pass to McDaniels. Edwards with it. 10 points for him. Randall with the bucket.
And the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Here's Reddish. Second shot opportunity. Edwards with the block.
And the athleticism of Edwards helping on defense, capable of getting up to block shots.
Timberwolves trail by 4. How about this run crank they're on right now? Wow.
I mean, they're just getting to their spots and executing, really keeping things simple.
Here's Reddish. And Reddish with the slam.
Yeah, but I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. And Reddish with the slam.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic dunk.
Once he poked it away, you knew what was on his mind.
Greg, you think about oversized point guards, and the gold standard has always been Magic Johnson. Now you look at Luka Doncic, and he's certainly big for that position.
Definitely some positive similarities, right? But the big difference is one of those guys has 5 rings, and that's not a knock on Doncic. This is a team sport, but Magic's ability to affect winning was right there with another MJ, Michael Jordan.
Timeout.
Good on the shot.
Timberwolves timeout.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
And the Timberwolves call time here. And something that every NBA player has now that maybe they didn't a couple years ago, RJ, their own personal trainer.
Well, it's just a beautiful investment of your own resources back into your body. I love that players are hiring chefs, dietitians, sleep aides, and the teams are hiring them. I love every aspect of that.
The Timberwolves making a switch here. Timberwolves trail by 10. Here's Edwards. And he drives in. Oh, and he misses the dunk. And it's the Lakers on the break. Pass to Reddish. Reed with the rebound.
Outstanding work to send him away. They sniffed that one out.
No good on that one.
Yeah, you won't see him miss many dunks unless you've got somebody right in his face, as was the case there on that possession.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Edwards. A muscle from Edwards.
And he's a true inside-out threat. Edwards wants to score from everywhere on the floor.
And he could not get them one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's going to be on Rudy Gobert. And now we'll get a perspective here on the hustle game. How it's been going for Los Angeles.
Showing their energy so far, sprinting up and down the floor, getting out in transition and taking advantage.
And guys, they've also done a great job generating offense from their defense, forcing turnovers and making the defense pay for those mistakes.
Whew. He tried to get spicy and totally whipped, huh? Okay. He's going to be living this one down for at least about a week.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Edwards.
And no need to rush on a situation like that. That's just giving away a possession.
Pass to Reddish. It's hauled in by Edwards. Timberwolves trail by 11. 1 second separating the shot clock in game. Here's Reddish. And Reddish with the slam.
That is ferocious.
You said it. That was ferocious. Here's Edwards. Back to McDaniel. And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers.
With the score, your Timberwolves 20, the Lakers 33.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. Here's Edwards. Good work defensively by Hachimura.
Had enough room to finish, and that's what he'll usually make.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Yeah, they're going to do a much better job of putting a little bit of pressure on him on his way to the hoop.
Aggressive drive by Edwards, going into attack mode on that one.
Here's Reddish. Trying to get open is Hachimura. Here's Edwards. A second chance effort. And Reed with the lay-in. Reed's got his first bucket in this one.
He's got a knack for those putbacks, so you have to be aware of that defensively. Get a body on him.
Up top, Reddish. He has 30. No good from 11 feet. Timberwolves trailed by 11. Here's Edwards with the drive. Pass to McDaniels. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Out to Edwards. 6 to shoot. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. Here's Reddish. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Reddish has got 4 points this quarter.
They're in strong position coming down the stretch, and he is a big reason why.
Lakers leading by 13. Jumps up. And Reddish with the slam.
And just tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
That's bringing it down hard. Minnesota calls timeout.
And he has not been on his game here. He's forcing a lot of shots, and the team is suffering because of it. It's time for him to focus on getting his teammates involved.
Here's Randall. Vanderbilt with the rebound. Here's Reddish. And Reddish with the slam.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Yeah, not just an impressive showing on offense, but on defense as well, executing their game plan perfectly.
The shot will not fall.
The contest and the rebound, folks. That is how you defend.
He's on target from 8 feet out.